Well, I'm out here in the fifth wheel just for a few minutes. I'm gonna make a phone call and quiet on my cell phone, and I have no good signal inside my house. I have to go outside. Melinda's mowing, so I can't hear on the phone. But while I'm in here in the fifth wheel, I want to talk about it. Yesterday, I went in the afternoon and found the paneling that goes on up here, and that gets glued on kind of like with a liquid nail. It's actually a little bit more flexible than like liquid nail is. I've got some up down here. I think I'm using Dynaflex is what I'm using, but that originally had fiberglass insulation in there, and these trailers, they get humidity, whether people realize how much or not. They get humidity, and just like in a house, that insulation can fall. They kind of glue it in place. Um, when they do these walls, they'll build these walls all laying down flat like on a huge table. The whole sidewall, it'd be laying down, and they laminate it and they do everything, and then they stand that wall up and they stand the wall up and they put the roof pieces on. I was in the trailer business, I know. So enclosed trailer business, not little utility trailers, nothing. So I'm going back and spraying anywhere I open up. I'm filling it with foam and then shaving it off. And it's not like a just 100% perfect fill. And you can see where I've shaved it off up there and all. And where this slide out comes out, there is a piece of wood that made like a header across there. Some of it I haven't pulled right here yet, and I'm replacing that as well. But I'll tell you something funny about that. Some of these fifth wheels are built with aluminum frame. You see, this is all aluminum. Everywhere is aluminum, down in a lot of floor joists, down in everything, aluminum on a steel frame. This was a very good quality unit when it was built, this Keystone. And the funny thing is we have another fifth wheel over here we're harvesting late model stuff out of, that new one that was rolled over, that we bought from an insurance company. And that unit is all that old lousy wood frame, right? Just old horrible wood frame RV. And that's what most of them are, actually, just that old cheap wood. And what I found ironic was on the slide out on it, it has an aluminum header with wood walls, and this has aluminum walls with a wood header. Now, that voiced the reason to show you that the aluminum header is something acceptable on here. There was like, you say, oh, there's a reason why they used wood only, not aluminum. Well, they used aluminum on that one, but on this one, they used wood. Why? On a all aluminum and steel travel trailer like this would you stick a piece of wood right near a moisture area? It's like, I think they intentionally make fail points. I really do. It's like, man, we're going to build this thing 80% good and we're going to leave 20% fail points. We know we can make it 100% good or 95, but how are we going to sell a new model then? They'll be keeping these things like Airstreams, for the next 50, 60, 70 years. So I think they intentionally make these fail points. I really do. But I picked up paneling. I bought a set of blades that goes on that little tool right here. I bought a set of blades that goes on this that is for removing glue. And so I need to go along that aluminum there and put that on here. And it's kind of like a little knife that it vibrates back and forth. And I can go down there and remove that remaining paneling you can see stuck on there and the glue. So that's a project I'll have coming off. What I do is I come out here at night and work on this a lot of times. I don't vlog all of it. Come out here in the evening time. I turn me a show on and listen to or kind of watch. And Melinda hangs out here in the front bedroom in the AC. And she'll help sweep and clean up and all. And we're busybodies, I tell you. I have a wife that's ADD just like me. And that's what you need. I kind of traded out, instead of like sitting watching a lot of TV and things like that, I set aside a little time each day. It's not a lot of time. Sometimes I give it more and more hours. That I give this a little bit of attention. And I enjoy it. It's no problem with me. Because when I see this travel trailer, I see adventure, I see fun, I have memories going back as a kid, traveling with my grandparents and stuff, with my other members of my family and all. And so it's a positive aspect for me. And I work on this with pleasure. I work on it with happiness, not with stress like I have to or anything. It's because I want to. I see possibilities, I see dreams, and I usually fulfill dreams. So yeah, here I am working on it again. And let me show you what I'm doing right now. This is the air conditioner down here in the main part. There's an air conditioner right there as well. It's up there going at this moment. This unit right here is the main unit, and that's like a secondary. And to tell you the truth, we're going to eliminate that secondary and not even have it anymore. We have an idea for some space for that sticking up there anyway, and it makes us go from having to have a 30 amp load to a 50 amp load. So if we can lower down our power usage that we're going to need on this RV, that's good also. That thing up there, that front one, it freezes us out in that bed. It's noisy right over the top of you and everything. I just absolutely don't like it there, and neither does Mel. So we're going to eliminate that and just probably put like a skylight or something. And this one is like a central air unit, and it has vents like that right there that blow all throughout this RV, through the roof, through ductwork, including up in that front room. Even right there near that front air conditioner is ducts from this unit. Some dirt daubers, I don't know if y'all know, make those, or mud daubers some people call, built a nest up in a fan up in here. When it got turned on and those mud daubers in there, it destroyed the fan. This unit was already starting to pull a lot of amps anyway. As they get older, they'll start pulling a heavier load, pulling more amps than it would normally take for it to operate. So I'm going to remove this one and put a new one in its place, and the newer ones are a little bit more efficient as well. So let me show you where I'm getting the new unit. Harvesting of this air conditioner at is from this salvage fifth wheel. This was a brand new fifth wheel that got rolled over upon delivery to the customer in their front yard, right off the street, off their culvert. The person delivered to them flipped it. And so we bought this thing, and we've been harvesting all the new stuff and putting it in our existing better built fifth wheel. That we knew when we got it we was going to rob this air conditioner, because those two are very pricey for these RVs. And we've ran it, we plugged it in, we ran it. It blew nice and cold and quiet, and no issues at all. It's like, say, this thing was brand new. It rolled over, it was on its side for a little while. A wrecker brought it back up. You see where it crinkled it, shifted the walls. Insurance company, they taped all this up while it was up for auction, but it racked the whole thing. It was not worth repairing. That's why they totaled it. You see it did some just damages. The other side, it took some extensive damage, more so than here and up in the front. Well, I got the unit off up here, and I needed a way to get it down, so I set this IBC tote on my hay forks and lifted it up there, and we're going to slide the air conditioner on top of the IBC tote and let it down. So let me climb up there with Mel and give her a hand. So this is the roof up here on this thing. This roof, you know, it's dirty. It's a roof, they get dirty. This roof's in very good shape. You see, this was a new unit. I'm gonna pull these vents. These are those like rain guards. You got your little crank up vents inside that open, little rain guards. So those are definitely going over to the fifth wheel. This antenna is in a lot better condition. It'll go over to the other fifth wheel. A couple more of those guards. All these little things like this that can be harvested that are worth it go over on there. And this air conditioner might just be a little dirty from sitting here for the past little while, but man, it's clean, light. It was super easy to take off. The gasket's still in wonderful condition. So yeah, let's look at this beautiful evening here in Texas. Well, I guess I'm gonna get my assistant busy here. You ready, assistant?
Yes, I'm ready, Freddie.
Well, we're gonna get this set on this tote and get this thing set down to the ground. Go slow, slow. And there it is. All right, so you see the old cover was all destroyed. I'm sure that the previous owner before this probably whacked this thing into tree limbs or something, and they just get old and kind of get fragile. So we're excited to change this out. Same brand unit and everything. Dometic. Get this joker away from my RV. I know some of you are probably wondering why I don't just go buy a newer late model fifth wheel. They're pretty expensive right now. They're pretty pricey. A lot of people are buying them across the country and they're living in them. And there's a huge migration going on from California, Oregon, Washington State, even Nevada and all, that are heading across down into Texas, Tennessee, Louisiana, Florida, and people are also coming down from New York and other states up there as well. And so there's this big southern migration going on. So we got to doing the math. Well, we're going to spend a lot of time in the Philippines, right? So why would we want to have a big investment in a unit that's going to sit a lot while we're on the side of the world, and it's going to be depreciating, and it's going to need maintenance? Even new ones are going to need love and care. Well, then I looked at the price. Even if we bought one on down the pipeline cheaper, and we bought a $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 one, there's no way I could spend $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 on this unit right here, and you know, and repairs and upgrades. And this still has everything that we need. It has everything we need. Man, this unit, it's a wonderful unit. It's more than Mel and I need. We can live in it and we can travel in it. We can operate off solar, and we can hook on and roll out of here and be free and go stay wherever we want to stay at our visits back in the United States. And then we can park it in there and lock it up and return ourselves back to the Philippines. Write in the comments and tell me what you think about that plan. Well, I'm going to conclude this day here, and it's a beautiful evening. I've got some things I want to do inside, and I'm just happy and excited about life in general. You know, be happy and love the people around you. God bless.